Hi, church, and happy Sunday. Addressing you on a Sunday afternoon, which is a little different. It was just kind of fresh in my mind, and thought while I had a moment here to myself, I'd share it with you. So one of the things that I think would be interesting to talk about as the three Sundays kind of work together is what stands out to you. What did you take away from this mini-series on work? So we had Acts chapter 20, working hard in this way so that we can help the weak. Colossians 3, work heartily from the Lord. So rather than being eye-pleasers, we should work from our heart. And then this week, Ephesians chapter 2, and verses 8, 9, and 10, we learn that we are His workmanship, created for good works, that God's prepared beforehand, and that this is really to glorify the Lord as we walk in them. So maybe there's something in those three verses, or maybe there's something that you caught in the sermon or discussion. Please share that one with another. What did you learn? What do you recall? What do you remember? What was impactful to you? And then secondly, it'd be fun to have you discuss how to bring all this together. I'm going to encourage you to use James chapter 4, verses 1 through 10 as a kind of guidepost, something to keep you in focus. But when you think about everything that was discussed and what was laid out in Scripture, work has something to do with money, has something to do with who we're working for, has something to do with motivations, has something to do with everything to do with God and His preparation for work, His supply of grace for work. Certainly has something to do with others as we think of helping the weak. So I want you to read James chapter 4 in those first 10 verses, and they pull together a couple of these themes, particularly from Ephesians. We learn about we're saved, and therefore it's not a work of ourselves. We can't boast. It talks about arrogance, and so does James. Talks about pride and maybe most importantly, humility, and how God exalts those who are humble. And we think about how God may want to promote you. So I want to encourage you, take the liberty to discuss James chapter 4 and share those thoughts one with another. Kind of an interpretive lens. What did you learn, firstly? And then secondly, what does James have to say as it kind of pulls all this together? And praying for you at work, knowing it's a big part of your life. It's a huge commitment, a huge emotional, physical, spiritual undertaking. So we do pray for you in our pastor's prayer time often. I'm personally praying for you. You have a great day at work. God bless.